Willie D Live.
What's up, family? New details in the tragic death of Memphis pastor Ricky Floyd, who was gunned down outside of Mama's Bar and Restaurant in Memphis on May 12th. Backstory: the good pastor got into an argument inside of the restaurant with a woman named Samantha Marion, allegedly over religion. That argument spilled outside, and the good pastor took Samantha's phone and threw it down. He then threw a beer at her or towards her, according to witnesses. The pastor gets inside of his Tahoe truck to drive away. For some reason, he stops, apparently because he was being filmed by Samantha. So he stops to confront her, and that turned out to be a fatal decision. He gets out of his car and he goes to confront the woman. The woman tells him time and time again, "I'm backing up. I'm backing up. I'm taking 3 steps back. Stop coming towards me. Back the F up. Back the F up." The pastor kept coming, and she dumped on him. Family, before I go any further, let me remind you, if somebody have a gun, and even if they don't warn you, because that gun should serve as your warning, that should serve as your final warning. But if somebody has a gun and you don't, and they already got it out and they got it ready for you, they got the ups. Unless you are tired of living, you should promptly cease all aggression. Stop, man, it ain't worth it. I don't know how many times I've seen people gunned down after someone pulled a gun on them and warned them to back up, to stop or I'll shoot. Back up, back the F up, pick whatever phrase you want to use. And they're still coming. I've even heard people say, "What you gonna do, shoot me? What you gonna do with that gun? Shoot me? You gonna shoot me?" Pow, 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 pow. I do not understand that. It's almost as if they think if the person starts squeezing, it's gonna be some water come out. Or perhaps they think it's cartoons where they're gonna shoot them, the bullet's gonna go through them, and then miraculously they're going to get up and everything gonna be cool again. Nah, man. When they pull that thing out and start dumping, man, there's a good chance you ain't gonna make it. I do not understand that. So the first reports were that the pastor was in an argument with his mistress. According to reports, they had no such relationship. There was no previous communication between the pastor and Samantha Marion prior to that altercation on that fateful night. Let me tell you something, fam, about arguing with people. There's 3 arguments I do not have with people. I don't care how good I know them, but especially if I don't know them. I don't argue about religion. I don't argue about politics, and I do not argue about who people choose to date. Those are losing arguments. You cannot win. When a person make their mind up to follow a certain religion or not, when a person makes their mind up to date a certain type of person or not, when a person makes their mind up to follow a certain politician or party or not, End of discussion. You can speak on it because I speak on stuff all the time. I speak on relationships. I speak on politics. But I'm not here to try to change somebody's mind. Or maybe I am, but I'm not going to argue about it. I'm going to give you the information. I'm going to keep on moving. That's how it's going to go. Take it or leave it. It's up to you. They're arguing about religion. That's a losing argument. You know how many times family dinners and holiday parties and friendships have been ruined behind arguing over religion and politics? That is madness to me. This is what I think about politics or religion. Okay, such says this is what I think. Oh, okay. I'll drink to that. Because it really ain't that important to me. I'm not going to be trying to change a person's mind about their convictions. I'm not doing that. The good pastor was the same age as me, 58. That's old enough to have lived long enough to know that you don't walk up on somebody who has a gun or warns you to back up. Back up. I'm warning you. I'm telling you. I'm taking 3 steps back. I'm giving you a fair warning. Come on, man. When somebody talk with that type of aggression anyway, they probably ready anyway. Even if you don't see a gun, they're probably ready. So it will behoove you to back up. The pastor was safe when he got in that truck and drove off. He was good. He was good. But his pride got in the way. And y'all know what they say about pride. You good church people know. Pride comes before the fall. He was proud, then he fell. But Samantha ain't off the hook. See, according to the prosecution, Samantha went to her vehicle, retrieved the gun, and came back for the confrontation. So that's where she's going to run into a problem at. Because that prosecutor's going to say, well, your life was under no threat at that moment. When you left to get in your car, to go get that gun, you could have got in your car and drove off. But you retrieved your gun and you went back for the confrontation. And that's where she's going to run into a problem with her self-defense argument. I don't think it's going to fly. But at the same time, it's going to come down to how good of a lawyer she has. It's going to come down to that litigation. How well can that lawyer litigate? And it's also going to come down to who's on that jury. What is that jury made of? What's the makeup? Is it, 9 women and 3 guys? Is it 9? Is it 5 black women, 4 white? You know what I'm saying? Like the dynamics of that jury plays a whole lot, because what you try to do is get a jury that can recognize or relate to you. You try to find a jury that can relate to this black woman who had an experience with an aggressive black man who may have tried to cause her some harm. She was scared for her life. She did what any reasonable person would have done. So the closer they can find somebody who resembles her, the better their chances. At least that's how it typically goes. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Samantha will beat this case? Give me a thumbs up if you say yes. Thumbs down if you say, no, Willie, she cooked. No more talk.